Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Pop Team Epic Episode 1. Yeah, we're only doing one episode for our first reaction to this series, mostly because of time, but also because, just get a feel for it, you know? So, Pop Team Epic, this was voted on by the poll. I'm not really surprised it won, so we'll see where it goes. Now, as I said before when I announced this as the winner, I don't know too much about this series. From what I've gathered, it is a straight comedy, sort of like Nichijou was. I mean, obviously not exactly like Nichijou, but just in terms of it being a straight-up comedy. And from what I've gathered based on clips and stuff I've seen, it's basically memes the anime. Like, not just that it gives you meme-worthy material, but that it's like it's definitely meant to be like making fun of pop culture and stuff, and it's kind of like the entire anime itself is one giant meme. And it's just it's hard to describe, but it's a really interesting idea from, again, the very few clips I've seen. Now, I have seen a few clips in both the English dub and the original Japanese, and I have decided to go with the dub. Not because I think it's going to be better necessarily, but because I think for this kind of series, for a pure comedy series that is really, like, again, memey, I think a dub, like an over-the-top, ridiculous dub would work well for this. So I just think it's a funnier choice, if nothing else. I don't think this is going to have any sort of storyline. There might be some ongoing jokes and stuff, but yeah, I don't expect any, like, story to it. If they do some kind of story, it's going to be, like, in the style that Nichijou does a story. If you've never seen Nichijou, just a minor spoiler, I guess. Nichijou is a pure comedy anime centering around the lives of these high school kids and various other characters. And a lot of it intersects and stuff between the characters. But there's a sort of ongoing plot line with certain characters that converges together at a certain point in the series. And it's not like this big, massive story or anything, but there's definitely an ongoing plot to it, nonetheless. And it mainly revolves around, as I said, certain characters. So that's probably the most they'll do here. Just some small plot that focuses on a couple of different characters and kind of comes together in the end. But I'm not even sure about that. However, I do have to go somewhere today, so I don't have a lot of time. I'm recording this early. Like, the earliest I ever, like, have recorded in recent memory. I usually end up recording late, but no, it's 11:47 a.m. right now. But yeah, I'm going to be going some places with some friends and stuff, so I do have to hurry this up. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and when you're done, come back here to the redirect and resume play, because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so, before we start with my thoughts on the episode and everything, I do want to cover, like, the format of the episode. So, the episode is half-length, but it's repeated. So that it's like the normal full-length episode. Except the second half of it, the repeat, is exactly the same as the original. It's a direct repeat, and it's just the voices are different. Instead of using like the over the top male voices, um, it uses like as I said in the reaction and all, voices you'd more expect for these characters, like female voices. And I still think the voices were changing, like it wasn't the same voice for Popico or Peepamy each time. Um, I think like each little short, each little skit was a different voice each time. Because I know for Popico in the male voices, I heard Chris Sabat. But that was only like one or two skits. The rest of the time it was different voices as well. So I'm thinking like, yeah, it's a bunch of different voice actors voicing the same character. Which is interesting. But yeah, the thing with both, like with the repeat of itself and all, if that's going to be how every episode is, I'm not going to watch the repeated part. I'm just going to watch the first half of it. And the reason for that is because I don't want to watch the same thing twice in a row like that. I mean, the only time I watch something, the exact same thing twice in a row is when I'm watching, like, multiple reactions to the same thing. And in that case, it's technically not the exact same thing because there's different people reacting to it in different ways. So it's still different. But with this, it'd be like reacting to the exact same thing twice in a row. The only difference is the voicing, which isn't enough for me. It's like, here's the thing. If I'm watching something and I really enjoy it, I'd be willing to watch it again, like, right after. But it's like, not for a reaction, you know? Definitely not for a reaction. Either way, let's actually talk about the content of this episode. So, unlike Nietzsche... Well, okay, let's go back to the Nichijou comparison. I was comparing it to Nichijou in my pre-thoughts because Nichijou is also a straight comedy series. It's a gag comedy based on the various characters getting into some silly situations and doing some wacky things. Such as there's this one skit where the principal of the high school that the main characters go to is wrestling a deer. Like, that's the joke. He's wrestling a deer. And then there's this one skit where one of the girls, Mio, she writes and draws these yaoi manga, and she's trying to stop everyone from reading it when she accidentally drops all the papers on the ground and whatnot. And so, like, it's like someone tries to pick them up, and she, like, uses this martial arts move to flip them around and attack them. The goat, like, there's this one character, I believe his name was Sasahara. He has this goat that he rides into school with. You see the goat at one point, and it starts to eat one of the pages, and so she flips the goat and stuff. It's wacky and hilarious. But Nichijou is also done in a skit style. Like, it's like, okay, these characters are doing this, you see them do it, and then it bounces off to a different skit that can focus on different characters, something completely random and out of left field, or whatever else. However, Nichijou skits, unlike Pop Team Epics, are a lot more structured and long. Pop Team Epic skits, at least based off of this first episode, are extremely fast-paced and extremely short and full of references. Like, we saw the Pokemon reference, the Skyrim reference, etc., etc. And it seems to be going for a lot more random comedy than gag comedy that Nichijou was known for. So what did I think of it? I honestly can't say. Just on this first episode, I honestly cannot say because it went by way too quick. It was way too fast-paced. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing, necessarily. I'm just saying that it kept me from being able to really get a feel for this show yet. It was so quick-paced, so random that I really wasn't able to take it all in as easily. Hopefully it gets, I get better with that with future episodes if that's how it's going to all go. I do like the misdirect at the beginning. That was good. That was the longest skit they had. And they even brought it back in the end as well. The entire thing, it's like, that really threw me for a loop, too. And I think that was the point. It's supposed to, like, throw the viewers for a loop. It's like, wait, I thought I was watching Pop Team Epic. What is this? I don't remember downloading this. And it's like, but no, and I legitimately thought I downloaded the wrong episode or the wrong show somehow. Like you saw in the reaction, I'm like pausing this. I'm like, wait, what the fuck is this? I've never even heard of this. I've never seen these character designs. And then, so when I was skipping forward to see if like this is really this show or if it's Pop Team Epic, and I saw Popico and Peeping there, and it's like, oh, okay, so this is intentional. It's actually pretty genius to do that. I love good misdirects if they're done well, and this was done well. But yeah, it's like, there are a lot of great references, there was some fun humor and stuff, but again, it just went by so quick that I really wasn't able to, like, comprehend everything, basically. I wasn't able to catch all of the references, all of the jokes. Some of this stuff I wouldn't get. But I don't expect to get everything. If it's going to be like this kind of very fast-paced reference humor and stuff, I'm not going to get every joke. I'm not. It's not going to be possible. But so far I could say, like, I enjoyed it to a point, and it did go by really quick, so it's not like it felt like it was dragging on or anything, which is good. I'd rather have it go by really quick than drag on and on. I hate it when a show drags on and on, because that usually means that I'm not enjoying it. If it goes by quick, that usually means I am, or at least that it's so fast-paced that I'm just not even having the time to dislike it. I don't know. Either way, this was fun, I guess. It was interesting. But yeah, for future episodes, if they're all going to be like this, if they're all going to be like half length, but then it's repeated with different voices, I'm only going to watch half of it. Because I'm not going to watch the same thing all over again just to hear the different voices. And now that I think about it, I think I did kind of know about this beforehand, because the trailer that was airing for Pop Team Epic when it was going to be starting on Toonami, it actually showed the trailer once through with the male voices, then showed all of the same trailer scenes again with the female voices. I thought that was just a gag for the trailer, though. I didn't know that was actually something they apparently do. But then again, it might only be for the first episode. I don't know. That is something I will allow you to tell me in the comments. Normally, I don't allow spoilers or anything, but if that is a thing that continues on for future episodes, that like half the episode is the male voices, half the female voices, please tell me in the comments below. But yeah, it's like, again, I didn't dislike this. So don't think like my complaints and everything are based in like some kind of dislike for the show. No. I wouldn't say I loved it, but again, I just, it went by so quick, I don't really have any strong opinions on it. Again, some of the humor was fun, some of the references were great, like, the fact that a Skyrim reference was in there is fantastic. That was great. But yeah, it's like, I feel like this isn't going to be one of those shows that I love or hate. I don't feel like it's going to be that kind of show. It's just going to be one that I either enjoy or not. So I'm hoping that the comedy and the references and stuff are enough to make me enjoy it in the future. But either way, tell me what you thought of this episode down in the comments below. And is there any references that you specifically found? And once again, for all my French viewers, can you please translate that French scene for me? I have no idea what was going on there. All I know was Peep-a-Me was... They were going to France. They were going to France. No, they were going to France. Peep-a-Me was a mime. And this one dude there, I guess, flipped them off. That's all I know about what happened. It'd be funny as hell if they weren't even saying anything of any substance. Like, or they were just saying random shit that had no relevance to anything, so that when people actually looked up what they were saying, it would be kind of a troll. That would actually be amazing, and I kind of hope that's the case. Someone please translate it. Either way, yeah, I hope you did enjoy this reaction. And we'll see where it goes next week. If these are all half-length, once again, and if they are all just, again, repeated, then I'll probably definitely do more than one episode each time. And, again, just do the first half of the episode. Either way, why is my sleeve all the way up here, by the way? Either way, thank you so much for tuning in. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
And though you've come through many obstacles, shed tears along the way, you're still standing, live, love, laugh.